All right, let's dive into a fantastic story called The Mouse Who Ate the Moon. It's all about one very small but seriously determined little mouse.
So, picture this. The year is 1969, and we've got our main character, a little mouse named Luna. And Luna has a huge problem. She is starving. And that hunger, well, it's about to set off a chain of events that will change her life forever.
Now Luna, she's always been a bit of a loner. She lives all by herself in this cozy little nest tucked away in a huge warehouse right by the beach. It's usually a pretty good spot, tons of giant metal containers, not a lot of people bothering her. But tonight, that cozy little home just felt empty. Really empty.
And that emptiness was really just her stomach growling. I mean, her hunger was just gnawing at her. So she heads out, right? She checks all her go-to spots. First, her favorite garbage cans, hoping for maybe a stale pretzel, some leftover fried dough, anything. But nope, empty. So, okay, plan B. She scours the beach looking for breadcrumbs the seagulls might have left behind. Still nothing. Even the usual scraps from the workers and tourists, gone. Just gone.
Okay, so at this point, she's totally defeated. She just starts trudging back to her warehouse, feeling pretty miserable. But on the way, she passes this building. It's even bigger than her warehouse, and right out front, there's this fountain, just happily bubbling away. And she probably thinks to herself, well, if I'm not going to eat, I might as well get a drink. So she hops up onto the rough stone edge of this fountain, and she has no idea what's about to happen. Her entire world is about to get turned upside down. She leans over the water, and she's about to see something amazing. She looks down, and she can't believe her eyes. Right there, under the water, is an entire wheel of cheese. I mean, a perfect one. It's fat, it's that perfect yellowy-white color, and it looks like it's just floating there, waiting just for her. So what does she do? She doesn't even think about it. She just yells out, "Yahoo!" and dives headfirst into the water, whiskers leading the way. She is ready for the feast of a lifetime. Splash! She goes under, and a second later, she pops back up, sputtering and coughing. But her paws are totally empty. The cheese, it vanished. But how? It was right there. So, completely soaking wet and super confused, she climbs back onto the edge of the fountain and peeks over again. And there it is, the cheese, looking as real as anything. But then it clicks. Oh, it's not cheese at all. It's just the reflection of the big, beautiful full moon high up in the sky.
You can just imagine her, right? Lying there, wet and miserable. But then she overhears a couple of humans talking nearby, and one of them says something like, "Yeah, I bet they make it. I heard that new Saturn rocket is a whiz, and I heard the moon is made of cheese." Wait, what? The moon is made of cheese? Those words just change everything for Luna. She looks up from that disappointing reflection in the water to the real thing hanging up there in the sky, and she realizes it's made of cheese! All the cheese a little mouse could possibly ever want, just waiting for someone brave enough to go get it. And she thinks, maybe that someone is her. So with this brand new purpose, Luna scrambles back to her warehouse. She's got a mission now, a cheesy destination. And this kicks off a whole series of really daring and, let's be honest, pretty creative attempts to get to that moon. Okay, so her first plan is ambitious. First step, she climbs the tallest metal tower she can possibly find. Step 2, she gets some old newspaper, chews it into the shape of wings, and ties them to her arms. All right. Then, she takes a deep breath and just leaps, flapping for all she's worth. And for a split second, it almost feels like she's flying. And then, splash, right back into the same fountain. So yeah, she's soaking wet. Again, she's sitting there peeling this soggy newspaper off her arms, probably feeling pretty down. But as she's doing it, her eyes catch something on the newsprint, and right there, in black and white, is the answer. Her little heart just starts thumping with excitement. This isn't just a newspaper article. It's a map. And this discovery is about to kick off the wildest part of her adventure yet. It's time for a stowaway's journey. One giant leap for a mouse. So this newspaper article, it's all about the Apollo 11 mission. And it's got this picture of a huge metal tube, just standing there, ready to go. The caption says, Apollo 11 awaiting launch at Kennedy Space Center. And then it hits her, Kennedy Space Center. Hey, that's where she lives. That's this place. It doesn't take her long to find it, of course. It's right across the water from her warehouse. And there it is, this massive metal rocket held up by an even taller tower.
The whole thing is lit up with floodlights, it's buzzing with activity, and it's taller than anything she has ever seen in her life. But the big question is, how does a tiny mouse get on board that thing? Well, as the sun starts to rise, her big chance arrives. 3 humans in those big, puffy astronaut suits show up, and Luna sees a patch on one of the suits. It says, Armstrong. That's the name from the newspaper. So without even a second thought, she leaps from her hiding spot in some wires and lands right on his leg. And you know what? He didn't feel a thing.
Once she's inside, Luna finds the perfect little spot to hide. And then things get intense. The whole ship starts to rumble. The humans are strapping themselves into these big chairs. A loud voice starts echoing all around, counting down from 10, 9, 8. Luna just holds on for dear life, her tiny eyes glued to the windshield.
3, 2, 1, liftoff.
And just like that, they are rocketing up, straight through the blue sky. The official crew? 3 human astronauts. But there's also one very tiny, very fuzzy stowaway along for the ride. They're all heading for the moon.
Pretty soon that blue sky turns into the black of space, filled with these little pinpricks of stars. And right there, dead center in the window, is her prize. The moon, in all its yellowy-white glory, getting bigger and bigger and bigger by the second. Luna just licks her lips. I mean, she aimed higher than any mouse in history, right? It was definitely not easy, but now her reward is right there in front of her. It is going to be the most amazing dinner ever.